When I used it a couple of times here with the high heat, I burnt my finger. Oh, that's hot. Woo, that's hot. That's hot. Hi guys, it's Pamara Naturals back with another video. Today I'll be reviewing the Revlon One Step Blow Dryer. This blow dryer has been around for a while. Many people have done reviews on it, but I just thought I'll give it a go because it seems to be quite handy, you know, because if you blow dry your hair yourself, or if you're trying to stretch your hair with heat by yourself, you know, the comb and the blow dryer sometimes is a little bit cumbersome. So to have a tool that does both of those things at the same time, if you're interested, keep watching. So this is how my blow dryer came. Lovely packaging, you know, and some, you know, lovely pictures just showing what the brush is all about. Some instructions on the back. I got mine from Amazon for, I think it was $47.24 Australian dollars. It's about $30 in US dollars, and you can find it on Amazon as well. So Amazon.com or Amazon AU, you can find this one. So this is how it comes. It comes with some information in there, you know, how to use it, how to keep it safe, etc. So I don't know what country that plug comes from. Maybe the UK, I'm not sure. I know in Zambia, where I come from, this is what we use, but definitely not Australia. So I ended up having to buy an adapter for it because that's what we use here in Australia. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have to say, like, just looking at this thing, it's way bigger than I thought it would be. Like, it's big. It's a big thing. And you've got the pebble brushes here to brush your hair. And yeah, they seem pretty good quality. I don't feel like they would yank your hair out, but we'll find out. From the reviews that I've had about this, looks like the heat comes just from the top up here. Don't know if you guys can see. And at the bottom here, it looks like we've got low heat and high heat. So I'm just reading the instructions here, guys, and it says, use the high setting or number 2 on thick or coarse hair, and then low setting or number 1 on fine, thin hair. So they're saying that if you've got thick and coarse hair, you would use the number 2. And you've got fine, thin hair, then you use number 1. So my hair is freshly washed and deep conditioned, and I have moisturized it. I used TGIN as the leave-in conditioner and an oil to seal that in. I have got my heat protectant from VO5. And I also have my water, and this is actually water and aloe vera juice to spritz my hair because I want it to be a bit damp before I do anything to it. We're just gonna put our hair up. So I'm gonna spritz this portion up here. And the reason I decided to do this review at this time is because my hair is actually due a trim. So it's the perfect time for me to stretch my hair and then trim it at the same time. So I want my hair to be a little bit damp but not wet. So that's the aim of the water. I'm gonna add a little bit more conditioner to the hair. Heat protectant. And guys, I love to be generous with my heat protectants. I do not play around with heat. There we go. And it's really important to make sure that your hair is detangled before you use this tool. I know the instructions say to use the hot setting for coarse, thick hair, but I just want to see how my hair does on the low setting. So we're going to do the low setting first. So there's no air coming up from here. All the air is coming up from like up. Look at that. That's low heat, guys. That is low heat. It's a little bit warm. It's not extremely hot. And I think if anyone's gonna use this on a regular basis, definitely consider the low heat, because I know it's not a bone straight look, but my hair is stretched. Hey? I always have trouble with my ends, and my ends are due a trim anyway. But you know what I mean, like, hello. I'm gonna try it on the high setting, guys. Wish me luck. You're gonna go in with water, a little bit of a conditioner, and a heat protectant. And then we're gonna detangle. That was low heat, guys. This is the high heat. I was thinking, like, what? That feels the same. Oh, that's hot. Woo, that's hot. That's hot. To me, it looks like the same stretch that the low heat and the high heat are giving. And I'll just show you and compare. I mean, you can compare for yourself, but I mean, this one was in a twist, so obviously it's a little bit wavy now, but you know, I wouldn't say I've got a better stretch with the heat, the higher heat. And this one actually feels much drier, if there's a word like that. It feels drier than this other one. So, you know, I guess the high heat did take quite a bit of the moisture out of it.
So the second time I used the high heat on my hair, I noticed that it took less time to get the hair dry and stretched when compared to the low heat. I also noticed that the hair stretched with the high heat seemed to have a slightly, and I have to say very slight, a slightly more stretched result than the hair that was stretched on the low heat. And I believe with a couple more passes of the hot setting or the hot temperature, you're probably going to get much straighter looking hair when compared to the lower heat.
It's super hot here, guys, to touch this, and the hair itself is also quite hot when you use the high heat. I didn't find that with the low heat, but the high heat is definitely super hot. If you're gonna use this on a regular basis, I would say definitely use the low heat. As you can see, the low heat did a good job stretching my hair. I wouldn't particularly say that, you know, it didn't stretch my hair well. It did. with the low heat and the high heat as well. So, you know, if you want to use it like to stretch your hair on a regular basis and you want to try and avoid heat damage, I would recommend the low heat. I'm really disappointed about the ends because yeah, my ends just will not stretch, let's just be honest. And I know they need to go, but even when they're not needing a trim, they just never stretch. Comment below if you have that problem.
So I decided to go ahead and use the brush on a larger section of hair just to see how it would work. And I have to say, guys, that the size of this brush make it perfect for using on larger sections of your hair, provided your hair is well detangled. And I have to say, this is quite important because if you try to do this, you know, on hair that's not detangled, you probably will not enjoy it very much. The size can be a disadvantage because it can grab hair, you know, in places you don't want it to grab the hair because it's just, you know, a little bit big. So great for stretching larger sections, but not so great, you know, with regards to obviously grabbing hair where you don't want it to grab hair, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I went ahead to just stretch the half of my hair, and as you can see, it's looking quite well, you know, stretched. I wouldn't say I had any difficulty. It was pretty quick to do, and my hair was not bone straight. I still had some thickness and some fullness to my hair, which I really liked.
So this is the amount of hair that I've lost. Nothing in there, and this is what I'm dealing with. My final thoughts about this, that you could actually mistakenly get hair from somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's big. And I feel like the size of it is a pro and a con because it allows you to do bigger sections, but it also means that if you're doing a smaller section, you've got a chance of yanking out hair from, you know, another part of hair. So the cons about this obviously are that you don't know what temperature this is. If you're gonna use it, I would advise to use it on a low. If you decided to use it on the high heat, then maybe just towards the end of your blow dry and just, you know, do a quick pass, because it actually gets pretty hot here on the high heat. And even on the low heat, once I started doing my entire head and kept it on for a while, it did start to heat up here. When I used it a couple of times here with the high heat, I burnt my finger. You probably can't see, but yeah, it burned me. Well, I think it's actually the hair that burnt me because it was so hot. This started to get a little bit slippery, maybe because I've got a bit of oil on my hair. The pros, which I think outweigh the cons, are that it's affordable. You know, $30 US dollars, 47 Australian. It's really convenient and quick and easy to use because I'm not dealing with a blow dry and a comb, trying to do two things at the same time. It does both. So this was unreal for me, like cut my time in no time. Especially if your hair is pre-detangled, this is really, really good to cut down your time. It's lightweight. I wouldn't say it's particularly heavy. And yeah, obviously it's easy to clean. To pick out the hairs out of here was a breeze. And I'm not really sure if the heat coming out at the top here is a pro or a con. I feel like it's actually a pro because imagine if heat was everywhere here, it would probably be too much because it's working quite okay with just the heat up here. I will probably be using this each time I want to blow dry my hair. You know, for people that, you know, blow dry their hair themselves, this can be quite a handy tool. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think about this. Have you used it before? Did it work for you? Do you use another one similar or completely different for your hair? Is your hair different from mine, or is it sort of similar? Did you like it? Did you not? There's no right or wrong with this. Pretty much everyone will have their own review and their own opinion about it. but the cons and the pros that I put out there will probably be generic. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, it's Pamela Naturals. Bye.